What is up, Hardcore Nation? It's Hardcore Christopher here, and we are just 9 days from SummerSlam. And 9 days, it's way too early to do any sort of predictions on SummerSlam because we do not know what's going to happen on Raw and SmackDown Live, but I just decided that I'd show you guys the card that we have. Okay, let's start. Going to be... Actually, let's start at the bottom of the card, shall we? We have Cedric Alexander versus Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. The United States Champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy. Now, with this match, I will not be surprised if it turns into a triple threat match between Shinsuke Nakamura, Jeff Hardy, and Randy Orton. Why do I say that? Simple, really. And I know I said it's way too early to be making predictions, but if they do not make this a triple threat match, I can see Randy costing Jeff the title. So, make that triple threat match. Okay. Then we have the SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. I do not care how the match goes. All I care about is the turnout. I don't want the women's title on Carmella anymore. She is very, very annoying and she can make your ears bleed. The Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins. This will be a heck of a match, but here's the question. We know Dolph is going to have Drew, but will Seth Rollins have a certain lunatic fringe at ringside? We don't know. It's a possibility. Now we have the Monster Among Men and the Monster in the Bank, Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens, and if Kevin Owens wins, he gets Braun's Money in the Bank briefcase. Now, they did this once before with Edge and Mr. Kennedy, but the reason why is because Kennedy was injured and Edge won the match, making him Mr. Money in the Bank. He went in to cash in on Undertaker, and as we all know, the rest is history. However, unless Strowman gets DQ'd or counted out, I cannot see Kevin Owens winning this thing via pinfall or submission. Now we have the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, versus the baddest woman on the planet. And no, I am not making that up. It says it right there. The baddest woman on the planet sets her sights on 5 feet of fury. Okay, they called Mike Tyson the baddest man on the planet, which I can see. I mean, this is the guy that bit off Evander Holyfield's ear in 1997. So I can see Mike Tyson being called the baddest man on the planet. Ronda, I'm not so sure about. But in my case, how do I see this match going? Well, if it's anything like we saw on Raw, if it's anything like if it's anything like we saw on Raw, I'm a little worried for Ronda because her offense was sloppy. She needs to get her footing down. She needs... I'm just going to say this. WWE is making her into the female equivalent to Brock Lesnar. Okay. On to the next match. Now we have a TNA rivalry that's being renewed. We have AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. And I would really like this to be the main event. But I truly do think that the main event that we are going to have is Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns for the 50,000th time. I'll get to that match when we get to it. But AJ versus Styles versus Joe. Do I think that WWE is going to water it down because that's what everyone's afraid of? I think their encounter in the WWE will be even better than their multiple encounters in TNA. We could even get a year-long feud between AJ and Joe. But we will see. Now we have the main event of the evening. Brock Lesnar. Oh, wait. The Universal title's relevant? I completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about that belt. And we have Roman Reigns. We've seen these guys wrestle on more than one occasion. And I would really like the title. I would really like taken off of Brock Lesnar because he doesn't show up. Show up, do your job, defend your title like a true champion would. But he is a heel, and I hear it all the time. Well, Brock Lesnar's a main event attraction. Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar's a beast. Brock Lesnar is special. And if he showed up all the time, it'd decrease his value to the WWE. No, it wouldn't. In fact, if Brock Lesnar showed up every single night, he would make more money because Vince would be writing him more paychecks. And on top of that, I understand that Brock Lesnar is the main event attraction. I understand that Brock Lesnar is special. But he's held the title for 489. He's only defended that title like 10 times. People are going to mention, well, that blows CM Punk's reign out of the water. Not to me. Yes, Brock Lesnar has held that title more days than CM Punk held the WWE title. CM Punk held the WWE title for 443. Actually, I'm going to Google this. I can't remember the... How long did CM Punk hold the... If you don't know if you don't know something, when in doubt, Google it. Hold the WWE title. $434 days. So CM Punk held the WWE title for 434 days, and Brock Lesnar has held the Universal title for 489 days. And when you look at the amount of days, you'll say that Brock Lesnar beat CM Punk's reign, squashed it. Picked it up and threw it in the trash. But here's the reason I say that Brock Lesnar holding the title for 489 days, I would say that that's a great accomplishment, but really it's not, because when you figure in that Brock Lesnar is getting paid like 2.6 mil or 1.6 mil, I forget the figure now, but it's in the millions and it has a 6. I think it's 1.6. And Brock has won Brock won the Universal title. And when you figure in that not only is he getting paid $1.6 million, but the majority of his title reign, he's at home in Canada. And when you figure in that he's only defended that title 10 times, when CM Punk defended his WWE title a heck of a lot more than 10 times. CM Punk was a fighting champion. Brock Lesnar is one of the most lazy champions there is. He defended the UFC title more than he defended the Universal title. And I know what people are going to say is that I hate Brock Lesnar. No, I like Brock Lesnar. He's a genetic freak. He's a very gifted athlete. But when it comes to championships, the only good title reign that he had was his WWE title reign that he won at WrestleMania 19 against Kurt Angle. Brock was 25 at the time. In fact, you can even say it, and I'll say it right here, right now. Brock Lesnar does not deserve to have that Universal Championship. He already lost at the Greatest Royal Rumble when Roman speared him to the cage. But for some odd reason, Roman lost and Brock got to keep the darn thing. When last time I checked, it was the first man's feet to hit the floor won match. Roman's feet hit the floor first. Brock's feet was still on the layer of cage that was speared. That was speared through, man. But anyway, and speaking of which, it seems like Brock Lesnar has signed another deal with the WWE. So I will not be surprised if on Sunday Brock wins. But, let me go back to this match for a second. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. Whoever wins will be the Money in the Bank holder. And I will not be surprised if it's Roman or if it's Braun after the match between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. You either hear Braun's or Kevin Owens' music, they cash in and they win the Universal title. Is that all the matches? Hold on. I want to be sure. Oh! Wait, hold on. I didn't go all the way down. That's my bad. So after, I don't know where these are going to take place on the card, but Finn Balor versus Constable Baron Corbin. I don't care about this match. I don't care about this feud. But So yeah. Then we have the Bludgeon Brothers versus New Day. The New Day got this title shot by going over the bar, and the New Day going over Sanity. I would not be surprised that if Luke Harper or Eric Rowan break the trombone. But New Day versus Bludgeon Brothers, it's a toss-up for me because I want to see Harper and Rowan win, basically. I want to see them win and retain their tag team titles. But then again, they've had a good 6-month run with them. So anything can happen. So yeah, that's your SummerSlam card. It's my fault for not scrolling all the way down, but Wrestling for Fans, what do you think of the card so far? And speaking of Wrestling for Fans and Hardcore Christopher, me and Wrestling for Fans are going to be predicting SummerSlam, and then Monday, if at all possible, we are going to react to our predictions. But I'm Hardcore Christopher. Keep it hardcore, everyone.